In today's video, a wet welcome. It's 4:20 in the morning, the 1st of April. That's not a joke, unfortunately. I have a flight in 4 hours and I'm at the airport hotel, so I'm too early. Let's go. Good morning from Soekarno-Hatta International Airport. It's just past 5 in the morning and this is how busy it is already. It's the first day of April and countries like Malaysia, Singapore and others are opening up. Even South Korea I read this morning. So time for me to head inside and take the first trip to Kuala Lumpur. That's an early one. I managed to check in. It took quite a while. I had to fill in a form. They checked everything twice, 3 times. But, well, it worked. So let's head over to the passport check. Found myself a nice resting area. It's empty. As is the rest of the airport, but I have a really nice view here in the operations of part of Terminal 3. Okay, here we go, boarding. First time in 1 year and 18 days that I make an international flight. Morning.
Morning. How are you? Hi, sorry.
Today's trip is not a very special one by a long shot. I have taken flights between Jakarta and Kuala Lumpur dozens of times over the last 2 decades. It was this flight, however, that will bring me back to Malaysia for the first time after COVID-19 quarantine regulations were removed. Upon arrival, we even received a water salute from the airport's crash tender. Only then I found out that we were actually the very first flight from Indonesia to arrive after quarantine requirements were dropped at midnight, only some 12 hours earlier. That's not my hairprint, so far for thorough cleaning in between flights. As advertised, this flight was Wi-Fi enabled, but after having connected to the in-flight network, it showed a pretty steep price for using it for just this flight. Of course I wasn't going to do that. I had my roaming enabled just before I boarded, so I didn't have to worry about staying connected for the duration of my entire trip. The meal service is what you can expect from a low-cost carrier as AirAsia. You'll have to pre-book to make sure that you get what you want. Otherwise, it's up to other passengers if they leave something for you. I prefer to have at least something to eat during a flight, even though sometimes it's merely a snack. But today I ordered, once again, my favorite meal for AirAsia flights, nasi lemak. After less than an hour at cruising altitude and a further uneventful flight, it was time for the descent into the international airport of Kuala Lumpur, officially located outside of the city and state, namely in the state of Selangor. We received a warm, well, wet welcome, as the airport fire brigade was present at the gate to welcome us with a water salute. We were the first flight to arrive from Indonesia after quarantine requirements entering Malaysia were dropped at April 1st midnight. And to further our little celebration, at the end of the jet bridge, there was more waiting for us. We were met by AirAsia staff welcoming us and handing out goodie bags. Just inside the terminal building, representatives of Malaysia's tourism agency were also present and handing out larger goodie bags. At the end of the video, I'll be showing what's in them. But the fin didn't last very long. After arrival and before passport check and the baggage claim, there was a rapid antigen testing facility. At the moment of arriving, requirement was to have this on-arrival test done and confirmed in the My Sejahtera app within 24 hours of arrival. I decided to do this at the airport to avoid time wasted later. The airport is extremely quiet still. And I think I'm going to take the train. How lovely! Ease of booking. I used the AirAsia app to book this flight quite last minute and also included a pre-booked meal. I only booked this last minute because the ticket I had with Malindo Air for over a week changed schedule to a much later flight, meaning evening arrival, which I didn't want. 4 out of 5 stars. Level of comfort. The AirAsia Airbus flights are just fine, but might indeed resemble a bus sometimes, especially when they are fully booked. Today came close, but since it's only for less than 2 hours, there's nothing that you really need. 4 out of 5 stars. Time traveled. This flight was a smooth one. No delays at departure or arrival, and we were parked at the gate both times, saving a real bus ride or two. 4 out of 5 stars. Food options. A limited menu is available, and they aren't the best in the sky, but products and prices are reasonable. If you pre-book your meal, you will get it before those ordering on board. 3 out of 5 stars. Price comparison. This flight was expensive. I don't think I ever paid this much on this route. The reason is of course that quarantine requirements were dropped, but still, it was an expensive one. 2 out of 5 stars. In total, this short trip on a low-cost carrier with expectations as such gets 20 out of the 25 stars. Let's run through the goodie bags I received at the airport for being at the first flight in Malaysia since the quarantine was moved. I received a bag from Malaysia with 3 postcards, interactive QR code, which I'm not going to scan just now, and this lovely pouch from plastic with some hand sanitizer, some more hand sanitizer. And the face mask you can't really use as you need a better one. But that's okay. It's given, so I'm not going to copy it. This is from AirAsia itself. They gave a plastic pouch with Malaysia airline stickers and stuff. Some chrysanthemum tea. Never had it. I'll put it in the cooler, freezer. Vouchers for online delivery from their super app. I might use those. 50 ringgit off shopping. That's good to know.